Welcome to MMA Fancast. My name's Luke, and I am joined by a brand new face on the MMA scene, Tony Welsh. Tony, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here and looking forward to being a part of this event, July 9th.
July 9th at 247 Fighting Championships Brawl in the Berg 12. The first time ever they're going to be at the Meadows Casino. It's already an absolutely packed card. You're going to make your amateur MMA debut. It's always exciting to be able to talk to debut fighters. So I know you have high school and 3 years of college wrestling experience. Talk a little bit about that experience and talk about how that has kind of led you to make the transition to MMA.
Right. Wrestling, I grew up wrestling all my life, and it's helped tremendously with just showing you the hard work and just helping with martial arts in general, showing you to have that mental toughness and that work ethic. So it helped tremendously transitioning to MMA. Also wrestling in college, it helped a lot. I learned a lot and grew a lot mentally, mentally tough it really transitioned right into MMA. You got to be mentally tough to do this sport and work hard at it and, put the time in, and, that's what I'm doing.
A lot of wrestlers talk about that, the mental toughness, the physical toughness. I've also thought it helps with body control and awareness. You already know how to control hips and how to know where your body is and your opponent's body is, something that if you come from a non-martial arts background, or let's just say striking with no grappling, sometimes it can take people a long time in MMA to figure out how to control somebody else's weight and body. So what led you to want to transition into MMA? And I know you've been training out of India Dojo for most of your stuff, plus getting some boxing work with Chris Williams, who's a coach out of the academy. So talk about how you got into MMA.
So after my college career, I was really just looking to still compete. I really felt that I could still compete, and I was in good shape. I was working out with a lot of guys at Waynesburg University and the high school. I was, my brother's on the high school team, and I'm rolling with him. I felt like I was still in good shape. Started going to India Dojo and was going to the academy, learning some boxing. And it took me a little bit to really get a feel for the footwork and keeping my hands up and keeping my elbows in with the boxing and everything. But I felt that wrestling and jiu-jitsu goes hand in hand, really. Just making sure that you're not over aggressive in jiu-jitsu. And but I've learned so much from Danilo, and I feel I'm really learning some high level jiu-jitsu stuff out there. And Chris is he's a high level striking coach, and he helps me a lot with staying in good position and making sure my footwork and hip, I'm able to strike and transition right into my wrestling. He helps me a lot with that. And I feel I'm prepared in a lot of aspects. I've been starting to get into some Muay Thai too out at India, and Mikey Hewitt and Nate Chambers are doing great stuff out there at India with their Muay Thai program, and starting to put that in my arsenal as well. So yeah.
Well, that's the answer. And you talked about the transition with being a wrestler, the easy transition into BJJ makes sense. What has been your favorite submission to learn, even if it's a low percentage submission that you may not use come July 9th, Brawl in the Berg 12? But what was kind of the most fun submission you've learned to go from wrestling, where you're already aware of how to control somebody, to being able to actually finish your opponent?
I like to finish a lot of submissions from side control. Obviously, as a wrestler, as long as I can pass the guard, and I like to just get some either Yeah, arm bars. I'm looking for arm bars. I'm looking for mostly arm bars from the side
Well,
guard.
since you said that, and of course it makes sense because side control or crossbody, however you look at it, is really the pinning position in wrestling, which makes sense why
Right.
you said that. But
Sure,
I
for sure.
mean,
Yeah. I mean, like a lot of yeah, and I mean, getting the back too. I mean, those are all things that, just really transition with the wrestling, and I feel comfortable in those positions, and those are, I try to get in those positions often.
well, since you said on this interview that you from side control, you like to go for the armbar. Your opponent could hear that. So quick thing, and I'm sure you're going over this with Danilo. When you transition to that, you really have to keep your hips tight down to the base of the arm. So a lot of times when you see people brand new in jiu-jitsu, they create too much space when they sit down, when they transition over, and it creates an opportunity for the person to rip their arm out as they roll through. So obviously
Right.
you're aware of that. High level BJJ, he wouldn't let you be sloppy. But if anybody ever wondered why sometimes they see people in early in MMA drop back, sit down, whatever term you use, to get into an armbar, and the person seems to get out easily, and now it's a change of position. It's because they didn't keep their hips tight, and there's a lot of little nuance work to do when you transition. But super
Right.
exciting to see that. What do you see as the biggest sort of mental success that you're looking for? Obviously, I know you want to win. You wouldn't be fighting if you didn't want to win. But what do you think? You've been competing at the college level of wrestling, but what do you want to see as a success mentally come July 9th for you?
I've been training for about 2 years in MMA, so I'm really looking forward to getting out there and just showing off my skills that I've been working on, and putting on a good show for everyone. Um, it's right in my hometown, pretty much right in Washington, and so it makes it special, and I'm looking forward to getting after it that day.
Well, it's been great having you on the show. It's always exciting to welcome not only a new guest, but somebody new to MMA. That's what's made MMA great in the last 25, almost 30 years is people transitioning in from different sports and different perspectives and working to push themselves. Danilo at Indo Dojo is one of the best BJJs, building a really good camp. It's exciting to hear that they have Muay Thai adding to that gym, which is only going to make it a better and better MMA scene. Sometimes some gyms are great at Muay Thai or great at BJJ, or great at wrestling, but it's
Right.
being able to put all that together. So thanks
Yeah.
so much for coming on the show. Can't wait
Absolutely.
to live
Absolutely.
in Brandenburg, 12 247 Fighting Championships. You said your hometown, so let's give you a little bit of time here at the end to make a pitch for why people should come out to see you, buy tickets from you, get tickets from people at your gym. So you said you're from Washington. It's going to be a hometown thing. So why should people come out to see you?
Man, I'm gonna put on a show. It's gonna be an exciting night. You're not gonna want to miss it. And yeah, I mean, you gotta want to come out and see it. I'm gonna bring it, and I'm ready to roll. So not gonna want to miss it.
Well, that sounds great to me. Thanks so much for coming on the show, Tony Welsh. Can't wait to see you in action July 9th, Brandenburg 12, 247 Fighting Championships. You can get tickets from the fighters. You can get tickets from 247fighting.com. Take care. See you live in action. There's also a pay-per-view on 247fighting.com. Take care, Tony. Thanks so much for
Absolutely.
coming on.
Thank you. Absolutely. Have a good one.
You too.